Welcome back to Futbol Mundial, where today I'm joined once again by my big Algerian. No, not Zidane this time. It's Zach Jalal.
Thank you. And today we've got a deceased dictator, a Premier League legend being sacked, and a certain Swede making his way out of Europe. Let's kick it off. We actually begin with Manchester United, as the club has been linked with some fiery characters this week.
No, they're not putting in a shock bid for Joey Barton or Pepe. It's way huger than that, in fact, as Donald Trump confirmed to Piers Morgan on the weekend that he was in fact a Red Devils fan.
It's probably not that surprising given that United's owner Ed Glazer is a friend of Trump's and pledged £45,000 to his presidential campaign. But the club were also mentioned alongside a certain Libyan dictator this week.
Yes, that's because Cardiff City chairman Mehmet Dalman, who actually helped engineer the Glazer takeover back in 2005, revealed that Muammar Gaddafi was just a whisker away from buying the club just a year earlier.
Dalman said he'd been summoned to Libya by private jet to discuss the general buying out two of United's biggest shareholders, but it didn't quite work out.
However, the links between club and man don't stop there. As many of you know, Gaddafi was brutally and humiliatingly killed in his hometown by rebel forces in October 2011. Just 3 days, get this, just 3 days before United were humiliatingly beaten at home 6-1 by Man City, which effectively killed their own supremacy in the Premier League. Bit of an insensitive comparison, I know, but you can't deny it's a strange coincidence. Or is it? Conspiracy. At long last, we return to India now, where we're getting into the business end of the Super League season.
Yes, and last week, the league claimed its third managerial victim in a month, as Teddy Sheringham, the legend, the managerial god, was sacked by ATK.
Sense the sarcasm in your voice there. In all truth, it was coming. The former Spurs striker has won just 3 of his 10 games in charge of the ISL champions, leaving the Kolkata side just 2 places off the bottom. Perhaps hiring a man with just 33 games of managerial experience in League 2 wasn't such a good idea. But another Englishman is faring much better on the subcontinent.
At the start of the month, David James returned to Kerala Blasters, the club he coached and played for back in 2014, and has worked wonders.
He has indeed. Under Rene Mullenstein, the club won just 1 of its opening 7 matches, and since James has taken up the mantle, they've taken 3 victories from 6, not bad at all, and he claims they are much fitter too, so good all round. Calamity James is clearly not a nickname he'll be getting labelled with in southern India anytime soon.
Thanks to Swagger's host suggestion, we head over to the US RBA, where MLS clubs are hurriedly looking for new recruits ahead of the new season.
Great accent there as always, Zach. And for the second time in 12 months, LA Galaxy are looking to land Man United's Swedish demigod, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yes, their initial move for the striker was scuppered after Zlatan ruptured his ACL last April. But according to ESPN, a deal is now closer than ever.
Ooh, the plot thickens. Apparently, Ibra wouldn't take up a designated player spot at LA either, as he would be signed by targeted allocation money.
Ooh, and Jose Mourinho has added to the speculation too, saying that talk of a Galaxy move is just rumours, but also that if Ibra does want to leave this month, the club will help him to do so.
Interesting. Either way, time is of the essence for LA. Can you see Zlatan ripping up the MLS? Let us know down below. And also shout out to Beckham, who's launched his Miami team.
Oh, big up Becks.
Big him up. We're back in Saudi Arabia now, but no, don't worry, no one has gone to prison for dabbing, not that we know of anyway, and least of all Mark Clattenburg, who seems to have settled into the country very nicely.
Yes, after leaving the Premier League last season, Clattenburg took up residency in the Arab state as the head of refereeing. But while he has been able to escape the media scrutiny and the managers shouting at him, he has had to adapt to a new cultural practice. Take a look at this.
في شوط اللقاء الثاني ولا ايه الله اكبر الله اعظم في المباراة رددوا الاذان.
If you're not sure what was going on there, that sound was an adhan, a call to prayer coming from a local mosque.
Yes, Clattenburg stopped the game between Al Fayr and Al Fatah for 3 minutes and received a round of applause in the stadium for doing so, as well as a ton of praise on Twitter.
Good on you, Mark, giving us Brits a good name abroad, just this once. Our one to watch this week comes from Connor Smith, thank you very much. He suggested we talk about South African youngster Lyle Foster.
The Orlando Pirates striker only turned 17 in September, but has already garnered attention from clubs in Europe, in particular Monaco.
Yes, and considering they've just splashed out 20 million euros on 16-year-old Italian Pietro Pellegrini, it looks like the Principality are building for the future and Foster could be their next target.
The 6'1" striker has made just one start this season, but has come off the bench 6 times and scored his first senior goal for the Buccaneers last weekend.
But Pirates manager Micho Sredojevic doesn't want Foster to get carried away, and after the youngster got injured earlier in the season, he is determined to keep him wrapped in cotton wool apparently.
Micho reckons he can nurture him into a world-class player, but to all our South African footy fans, what do you make of Foster? Can he cut it at the highest level? Let us know down below, and don't forget to use the hashtag #OneToWatch for a shout out on next week's show.
Yes.
We finish on our headline story, as this January transfer window promises to be one of the most dramatic of them all.
Oh my God. Oh my God! And with just one day left for clubs to complete their business, a truly bizarre love triangle has emerged.
By the time you're watching this, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could be through the door at Arsenal, but it all depends on whether Dortmund can secure a replacement.
Yes, and it looks like they're in for Chelsea's Michy Batshuayi, but that depends apparently on whether the Blues can secure Olivier Giroud from Arsenal.
Oh my days. But this morning it emerged Chelsea may not be so interested in Giroud, in which case the Frenchman could go to Germany instead of Michy. What's happening, guys?
Well, meanwhile, some reports are linking Abramovich's club with Fernando Llorente, who was their original target, obviously, before all this Carroll Crouch Dzeko madness. It's all too much for me, but whatever happens, we'll be glad once it's over.
But guys, who do you think would be a better signing for Chelsea, Giroud or Llorente? Vote in the poll up there.
But it doesn't even stop there, because Mauro Icardi could be trumping everyone. Apparently, 106 million euros plus Kovacic could take him to Real Madrid.
Yes, on Instagram he posted a picture which translates to growing up means being able to say goodbye, and on Twitter he put ciao ciao. Ooh. So who knows what's going to happen here? Keep an eye out for this.
Yes.
January the 31st, tomorrow, be ready for the biggest transfer window of your life.
Biggest transfer window?
Deadline day.
A new one.
Whatever.
A new window starting.
Done. End board.
Rubbish. So that was Mundial, over for another week, but what did you think of the stories? Let us know in the comments below. What do you think of these garments? Let us know in the poll up there. Zach's winning on Instagram apparently at the moment, but I'm not convinced that will last. But meanwhile, why not go and check out FDFC? There is personal masterminds and everything on there, and stay tuned because on Saturday, the second edition of Non-League Vlogs is dropping with me and James Wayne behind the camera. It's an absolute banger, so stay tuned for that. And Zach, where should they head tomorrow?
Well, we just spoke about transfers because tomorrow it is transfer deadline day on FD Football Daily. We're going to be live covering all the gossip, all the news, all the matches. Make sure you check it out, 7:30 till 10 o'clock.
Ooh, late
Tweet me some questions to ask the guys and a few special guests. You never know who might appear. As always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.